Hi guys, Mr. Forsman here. I sent a video out yesterday and posted it to my webpage just regarding an upcoming social skills lesson, and I wanted to get that started today. Last week our lesson was on power of words, and today to kind of go with that, I wanted to talk about thinking before you speak. So when you're talking to somebody and you're discussing something, you really have to think about how you're talking, your tone, and what you say. For example, if you ask somebody to get your pencil, do you say, "Go get my pencil," or do you say, "Would you please go get my pencil?" Your tone and how you speak to somebody determines their reaction to what you say. So you got to think about that when you're speaking, when you're acting, your tone, your body language, and the words you use. Last week we talked about the power of words and the words that can hurt and that can hurt you when someone says those things. In the same manner, the way you speak to somebody and how you ask them things or ask them to stop doing things based on your tone and the words you use are very important as well, especially if someone says something mean to you. How do you respond to them? Do you say something mean to them back, like we talked about last week, or do you say something appropriate? Especially when someone's saying something like, "You know what, you're being a real jerk right now." Do you say to them, "Well, you're being a jerk too?" Or do you say, "Please don't use those words. They're not appropriate. I'd appreciate if you don't say those things to me." Your tone and how you say things decide how they react because they may react then like, "Oh, you know what, you're right. I shouldn't have said something like that. I apologize." But if you say something back in the manner that they said to you, that creates a situation where now you're in an argument, both of your feelings get hurt, someone yells back, and now we're in a situation we didn't want to be in. When we're speaking to our parents, asking us to do chores, think before you speak. Is this something I really want to get into an argument about? My mom asking me to sweep the floor. How should I respond? Should I say, "No, I'm not doing that"? And now you're in a situation where you have a consequence. Or should I say, "I really don't want to do this," by thinking about what the action is going to cause? For instance, if I say this in a manner that my parents aren't going to be happy with, not only am I still going to have to do it, I'm going to get a consequence and maybe lose a privilege. Or should I just say to myself while I'm thinking about how I should react and what I should say next, hmm, I don't want to sweep the floor. I know I need to. I need to be respectful. I also have to have chores and be responsible. Let's get this done. Let's move forward. And then I can still move on with my day and have my privileges. So, what I suggest is thinking, just like I had said. I don't really want to do this, but I know I need to do this. Okay, mom, I'll get the floor done. I'm not really thrilled about doing it, but I'll do it because I know it needs to be done. That reaction can cause a lot of good things to happen. You get your floor done, you sweep. It's not fun, but it's done, and now you can go back to your day and move on with your activities, the things that you've been allowed to do, your video games, and so forth. Because remember, if you react, "No, mom, I'm not doing it," and then you sit there, not only is it uncomfortable for you, it's uncomfortable for your parents. There's an argument, and now you're in a situation where you're probably going to have to do it at some point anyway, and you lost your privileges for the day. So think before you speak, think before you react. And a lot of good things can happen if you do those things. All right, guys, hope you have a good week. Hope you're having a good week and have a great weekend. I will talk to you again next week with a new lesson. Take care.
Hey guys, I think Mr. Forsman did a wonderful job of taking the time to talk about stop and think. An example of this was at my house last night. My two sons were joking around with each other, and suddenly I noticed the joking kind of changed and it got a little serious. And then someone said something mean, and it became a big problem. Thankfully, they talked it out, they apologized, and everything turned out okay. But it's just a matter of stopping and thinking before we act. Think about how that sounds to someone else. Think about how their words hurt you. Well, you know what? My words also hurt them. It's just that simple. It's hard. It's easy for us to say this, but it's really hard for me to do this at times too. I get it. So, like Mr. Forsman said, take that time to stop and think. It's really important, and it will actually make your day better, and it will positively impact someone in your life. Believe me, I know. Have a great day.